100,000 in the pocket, no. All my girls, they love and hate. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the London Black Knights. But kickoff right around the corner. It's standing by.
4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London. Game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the London Black Knights. Here we go. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a third down and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. That's to his running back, complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Ready. 52. All day, dog. Hey, echo. Yeah. Check. Switch. Rock it. Big Griffin.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a handoff working right. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they try the right side here. And very little there. 41.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And to give this time to the tailback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after is good. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 21 carries, 87 yards.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top-5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick, because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season. Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey. Jim.
Now a handoff looking right. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping.
Everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he'll be taken down at the 18. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. He sets up the screen to Jones. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. It worked very well there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now they try the right side here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
How How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 2nd and 3. Catch is made by Harry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. He'll drop to throw. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them
made defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 20. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Yo, go! 50 seconds to Mike. I'm here all day. Look at me, zipper. I'm trying to collect. Fight.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You ready?
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2nd and 6. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there. 48 yards.
Recon, 132, fire.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Standing alone with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 4. And a completion to Wilson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Looking down. In for the score. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge, or they just...
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC, and it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. We don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A gain of 11 and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw here. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Ready? 94. Switch up, switch up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jordan. He got 29 yards that time.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the time...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man open. That's Harry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. It's long. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. And the catch made by Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control they can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the home.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a